Hello, Owl Pals. Welcome to Big Al Presents Films with Friends. I, of course, am the glorious Sir Al tonight. Welcome to my channel. Of course, tonight the film is 1984 fantasy. I can't say classic because let's face it, it's not exactly known to be a classic. Cult classic. We could say
Cult
that.
classic is good, yeah.
Yes, 1984 Sword of the Valiant with so much star power. It's scary. But speaking of star power, that of course is the film, the Friends tonight. Of course, the usual suspects, the lovely Netter does net work. Nanette is Lynette tonight. How are you doing, Nanette?
Hi, Al. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Oh, as you can see by my avatar, I am as horny as can all be.
I was going to say, who are you envious of? You're all green.
Yeah. No, I went the other way. That's what she said.
Yeah.
With my ode to Fan Man. And of course, Nanette's older, devious half, and is, for his avatar anyway, Mr. Troy Pacelli, Cartan the Cleon Cleric. How are you doing, sir?
Just fine. Thank you very much.
As the wonderful Peter Cushing there, a man who I am proud to share a birthday with.
This is this film, what, 80 something?
84.
Was this one of his last roles?
I don't think it was one of his last. He died I think he had 10 more years. I think he passed in I want to say 94.
Wow. Okay. My math was completely off.
Let me check. Yeah, 94 at the age of 81.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's done another 10 years before this film.
Awesome.
And of course,
Oh, sorry. Go and introduce me, then I'll...
Introduce me so I can talk.
And as everyone now knows, Sir Boomer, Agent Boomer, who is in the guise of the devious and punk-ass Oswald. Tonight.
I love Oswald.
Oswald's a great character.
He's a great villain. He's a good villain. He saves the movie in a lot of ways.
Ronald Lacey, yes, is wonderful. And if you don't recognize Ronald Lacey, think of Raiders of the Lost Ark melting like a candle, and that is Ronald Lacey. He's the guy who played I can never remember the guy's character. He's always just the melty Nazi guy.
The melty man cometh.
The melty man, yes.
The melty man cometh. But how are you doing, Age Boomer? How's it going?
Good. I'm looking at Peter Cushing's screen credits. This was the third to last movie he did. He did this in 84, Top Secret also. And the final film he did was something called Biggie's Adventures in Time. I've never heard of that. So that was in 86, and that was it.
I have to check those out, man.
I don't know. But
he was in...
he was in
Top Secret, yes!
Yeah, he was the guy in the...
He had the big... the magnifying glass, right?
And then he takes the magnifying glass off, and his eyes
and
that
his
big.
eyes real big. Yeah, that's awesome.
I feel like...
I forgot about that.
I think I got to do some research here because I honestly thought that he was in semi-retirement when he did Star Wars, so that's almost 20 years before the end of his life.
That man worked. He was doing movies in the 70s. I think I don't want to say height of his career because he was in Star Wars, but I mean, he was really doing a lot of stuff in the 60s, late 50s, but
sure.
he worked. Those British actors, they work. Let's be honest. They show up everywhere. Okay, yeah.
Biggles Adventures in Time film plot involves a time traveler from the 1980s who travels to World War I to help the character Biggles from a series of novels by W.E. Johns, where Biggles also travels to the 1980s to save his new... And then it cuts off because I only... He plays Air Commodore William Raymond.
Alrighty then.
But yeah, he is. Yeah, he does. Oh, well, you know what? It could be said his second to last film as well, because Top Secret and Sword of the Valiant were both in 84.
Right.
So there you go. But he did a couple television films in 84. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, the great, great. And he gets a credit for Rogue One. That's awesome.
And
So
Daniel,
technically, his last movie was
It was
Rogue
the
One.
stiffest performance he ever gave. I'm kidding, because he's dead. He's not. That's not him. Anyway, go ahead.
and Daniel points out that
It was
uh,
taught.
it was taught in Raiders of the Lost Ark, right?
Yes. And speaking of Daniel, and of course all the other Owl Pals tonight, let's say hi. Seems like Netter was first, but of course she is canceled.
And Netter's been canceled. We all get canceled at
Her
some point.
network is now off the air. No, it's okay. The first
The
was
Netter
Melissa
Network.
Harris. Okay, I got to do the whole thing. Melissa Harris and Jake, also known as Melissa Harris and Sons 3.0. And Jake's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday,
Happy
Jake.
birthday,
Happy
Jake.
birthday.
I hope it is a wonderful one. Sir Torrin Clegane asks how much O'Keefe is in this film. A whole lot of O'Keefe is in this film. Especially that first seat. First scene. There's a lot of O'Keefe you see.
One could say there's Miles O'Keefe.
Yes.
Oh!
But I'm Sean.
All
Of course, Troy St.
right.
Hare.
MST3K joke. Okay.
Yeah. Evelyn Hampton has joined us, and Daniel Heron, sir. Tom Siegel, how are you doing, sir? And I hate when you put the thing over in the thing; it makes it hard to see the names of people when you flip. But that seems to be all the people currently who have stated their existence in chat. But yes, I remember seeing this film on cable. Just kind of came around, didn't even know about it, started watching it, and it was always on cable. It was one of those films repeatedly showed, and I watched it as often as I could, sort of. I mean, a few times when it was on. But it's
It
just
was like
one of
Porky's,
those...
huh?
Yeah, like Porky.
Not quite like Porky's, or at least not as close to the TV as Porky's. But I don't know, just because I've mentioned before, anybody knows, like the first video I ever posted on my channel was me when I used to do medieval fighting. I belonged to a medieval recreation group where we recreated the Battle of Hastings, Battle of Clontarf, the Battle of Santwat, the Battle of Ashdown, and a few others here and there. And we also did the padded combat. But I loved the medieval history. We dressed up. There was, I loved going to the Renaissance. So this fit right in because I loved Arthurian, the Arthurian mythology. I loved Robin Hood. All that stuff. I was just a real big fan of. And but earlier this year, maybe even late last year, Boomer had mentioned that he loved this film too. And I was like, we gotta have a rewatch. We're gonna have Boomer on. And it just took a long time, and it's finally here. So blame Boomer. If you don't like this movie, if you watch this movie for the first time, you can blame him. If you don't
Arthurian
like
August is what you called it.
it is Arthurian August, because in 2 weeks we're doing Excalibur, which is an awesome film in every way possible, just about.
Now, for anyone who doesn't have a copy of the film, I did drop a link in the chat to watch it for free. So you can just click on the link, and it should take you right to what's it called?
Footlocker.
Footlocker.
And it's also on 123 Movies is also will have a version of it that you can watch, and you can watch it on the site. And I do know someone who's actually got a little assist from Big Al today because she asked nice.
Oh, Torque Lang says, "Thank you, sir. You are no knight, but your MSC3K knowledge has earned you that compliment." Yes, yeah, that was a joke on MSC3K. Miles and Miles O'Keefe. Yes, that was because they did a tour. I think it was a tour in the Fighting Eagle on MSC3K, one of the earlier.
Oh
episodes.
yes.
Oh, like Miles O'Keefe, he showed
A-Tor.
up in these sword and sorcery flicks all the time.
Yeah, he was Deathstalker, right? Didn't he do Deathstalker? One of the
Might have.
Deathstalkers.
I don't remember. He might have been in one of them. I don't know though. Yeah.
He might have been I want to say he was the first one, but because I know there's this guy named John Terlesky that did it once too, and he was kind of like the surfer boy Deathstalker. But yeah, Deathstalker was a series of film. A-Tor. Hawk the Slayer, all those like late 70s, 80s kind of fantasy films are just classic. But yeah, I have any of you guys seen? I know Boomer's seen it. Have Troy or Nanette?
Nope.
You've never seen this film?
Never.
Okay, now I'm warning you. I'm saying it's better than Ouija Shark. I will say
That
that.
is not a very high bar.
Okay, Troy, I want to give you a little bit of background for me.
But-
Al said he saw this on cable, right?
Sure, yeah.
This was another one of these, I kid you not, another one of these Saturday afternoon movies on the syndicated channel. This Amityville Horror would be on 1 week, and then they'd show Sword of the Valiant the next. Okay,
Yeah.
and this would be, you'd watch it, and they'd be loaded with commercials, and you'd watch it, and you want to see what happens next, and you would just, this is how you would spend your Saturday afternoon. You watch Sword of the Valiant in the winter.
Well, let me ask you
Yep.
this: is it better than Zardoz?
I've never seen Zardoz.
Yeah. Well, see, it's a different. It's Zardoz is very metaphysical.
Okay.
And very like out there. Okay, you don't need to be on acid to understand this film.
Now,
That's good.
Zardoz, you kind of do, because that's a wacky ass film.
Now, I want to give you a little warning. You might see a producer's credits that may read Golan and Globus on this.
Yep.
I believe Stephen Weeks directed it. Stephen Weeks promised them Excalibur on a budget. Okay.
And
that
I
correct?
believe he succeeded.
Yes.
I mean, I was kidding because this is one of those films where I love the film, but I know the weaknesses of it, so it's really hard to say it's a good movie, but it's a fun movie.
I like it.
I
that
do
it's
too.
good?
No.
Not even
like it.
that it's bad. It's don't look for something that's
It's a
going to win
little
an Academy
uneven.
Award.
It's uneven.
It's uneven, but it's got, like I said, great cast. It's fun, and it's got Sean Connery as the Green Knight, which is one of my favorite performances of his at all times.
Oh yeah,
because he's fun, and he was doing this at the same time he was doing Never Say Never Again, which is why he's in it sporadically. In between, it's like he did this when he was on break from doing the last Bond movie he did, which I think was kind of fun, which is kind of cool. But for those who have it and are wondering, I'm starting it right off the bat, pretty much at 0, right as MGM logo comes up. So the Lion hasn't even had a chance to start that roar yet.
well, mine doesn't even have the lion, so let me know when the lion is done, because I have the Blu-ray, which doesn't have the MGM lion.
What, it just goes right into
It just goes straight into it. Just goes right into it. Okay.
Right into it. Okay, yeah, I've just got the MP4, whatever.
Just let me know when it goes right into it. Just say Boomer now, and I'll post it.
I will definitely say that.
All right.
We're at 10, 12. I think we're good. I think we can get started here. We usually go 15, but I think let's get right to the fun.
I'll be rambling about this movie.
And Boomer, you've got free reign to speak all you want, because I know you love it as much as I do.
I like it,
and I'm we can both have a lot of fun with it. And of course, Miles O'Keefe was not the first choice that Stephen. Have you read about this?
No, who was the first choice?
Mark Hamill.
Oh!
Wow.
Can you imagine Mark Hamill and Peter Cushing in this film? That would have been funny. But they Golden Globus pushed for Miles O'Keefe because they're Golden Globus. Okay, starting in 3, 2, 1. The lion is roaring, roar, 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 and go Boomer.
Thank you. All right, so we got. I love these caption, inspiring music.
Yeah. The Canon Group Incorporated presents Miles O'Keefe.
We got the sword.
And I love the fact, first of all, I love a blacksmithing scene.
Oh, yeah.
But this one, it's like, he's already beating it. It's steamy, it's red hot, and what does he hold up? a perfectly shiny sword.
Yeah.
It's the what you know what we're in the realm of fantasy, okay?
Yep.
That's where we are. All right. Yeah. Okay. You know, I never even noticed that. And you had to point that out to me now. Okay.
Yep.
Well, the
Look
other
at that.
thing
The
was,
title.
when he was hammering on it, he was putting dents in it, and now
Yep.
it's perfectly smooth.
Yeah.
Perfectly
go.
smooth, completely good lighting.
Here we got the blacksmith saying, "The king's armor, the last that I shall ever make, and the last that he shall ever wear," which I always thought was curious. Was the king supposed to die? Like, that doesn't get explained.
Well, he was older. Trevor Howard. Does
Trevor Howard.
anybody know another famous movie he was in? He was actually in quite a bit, but he was one of the Kryptonian elders in Superman 78.
Was he one of the ones that said guilty?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like this. This is a medieval feast. This is Christmas time. I think in the original poem it's actually supposed to be New Year's Day, but close enough. Okay.
Yeah.
So is this a Christmas film?
Yeah.
Well, no, because it goes all year round, but it starts out at Christmas time. It's the end of the year, okay? This is what they're celebrating. The year is coming to an end, okay? Or at least it's coming. I don't know what date it's on here. I know in the original poem I think it's supposed to be New Year's Day, but
yes, I will agree that Die Hard is more of a Christmas film than this.
yes, okay.
I'll give it that.
I like the dogs. Those are some good medieval dogs.
I do love the font of the credits. Looks like something you can pull right off of a font.
Oh yeah. I like the music too. I know it's an electronic score, but it works.
Yeah, it does actually.
It gives that whole otherworld fantasy. Da 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 da. I wish you can't find it on CD. I've looked. Okay, it's not available.
I wish they had a round table, but it is a feast. The round table's probably in another room.
It's probably elsewhere. Yeah, and they don't specifically say this is King Arthur, though the poem is King Arthur, and this is one of his knights. And it is or it isn't King Arthur. You go take your pick. I'd say it is. Okay, he's older.
I would love to chew on that pig ear.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. That looks like a nice feast. I don't know what you're going to do with that bird, though. It's still the feathers on it. And look at that. These guys are chowing down. Had they even said gray shit, what's wrong with you? Oh! He's not happy.
Well, he looks around at his knights and he sees,
he's not happy.
Yeah, the dad mods have kind of set in on his
his
knights.
Yeah.
The knights of the round bellies.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, has your valor fled entirely in these times of peace? Yeah, he's not happy. Knights were feared throughout Christendom, it's like
Gawain at this point is not a knight.
He is, and that's actually I think that could be changed for the poem, and I like that twist how they do in this. Oh look, you don't mess with the king.
Anytime I think of a crown, I love that crown. I love the one that's on his thing. I don't like those like big, overdone kind of crowns.
No,
I like a nice, simple crown like that.
That's the kind of crown I would have. So, he's angry. He's disappointed in his knights. And what's this in the woods?
But I will say, it's kind of creepy to have the music, kind of like that tinkling music.
And you just see something in the distance. I think it works. This is a lower budget movie, but I think they work with what they have. And I love the costuming. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they borrowed costuming from theater groups all over England.
Okay.
In these medieval days, did they have copper flares? Just wondering.
Probably not.
Okay.
Look, we're sort of in the realm of fantasy. I mean, yes, this is quote-unquote Christendom. It's medieval England, I would assume, but I'm just what year it takes place, which king this is. We're thinking King Arthur. Don't be too harsh. Come on. I will have some proof tonight that Knightlius still lives within these walls. Boom!
And one of my favorite weapons in cinema history, his axe. I love that axe.
I like how the dogs get up like, we're leaving now. Bye.
Yeah, no. And yeah, he looks like a person, but is he a person? Okay. I think the Green Knight is supposed to be some sort of fairy. Okay, one of the fair folk. Okay.
Yeah, he's like a spirit. He's a spirit of nature, basically.
Yeah,
It's you know.
Now, I like Connery. He's like, you know,
You got to give him credit for doing this role. I mean, come on. We're going to paint you green with sparkles.
But I like it. He's got the leaves and the armor and everything.
Yeah, I love the look. I truly do.
The game
I'm the little chest, like nothing on the stomach and chest area is kind of weird, but
well, you know, it's Connery. He's got to show off.
Got to show out the pecs.
Okay, my axe. Oh, I like this.
Yep.
So he wants to play a game. Feel it. Boom. Look at that. It cut right through an armored helmet like that. I sharp as your appetite, sir. In the original poem, the Green Knight shows up. He's even worse. He is really tearing apart all the people in the courtroom, making fun of the women, all of it, just trying to get a rise out of everybody. Is it as heavy as your conscience, sir? Okay. Certainly truer than the ladies of this court. Look at that. Boom. Okay, here we got the challenge. I'll keep quiet.
I do love his headpiece. I truly do.
Yeah. So, would you take up this challenge, Troy?
Not if I was one of these roly-poly SOBs.
What? He's just gonna stand there. You got
one cut. You get to cut my head off, and if you know, I get to do it to you too.
Here's the thing. Oh yeah, he's about to say that. And I have but one demand. Afterwards, if the power is left to me, I have the right to return the blow in like manner. Okay. Well, and look at him. He's like, at the power be like, he's like, I'm not trusting this. This is not good.
Shading them nights, man.
Yeah, and I know in the story at this point he's really just starting to like lay on insults and stuff. It's really bad.
One thing I do have to credit here, his makeup.
Oh, yeah.
That is good. That like glowing copper look.
Yeah, it does, because it doesn't, like, what skin tone is that? Is it a skin tone? You know what I'm saying? It's like he looks like something like otherworldly a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I'm thinking that his cockpiece looks really interesting.
I didn't even notice that.
Well, you wouldn't. One of you is breathing into your microphone.
A little
bit.
Be me. Yeah.
I'm sorry if that's me.
'Tis a mighty codpiece. But I love his design, because I've always been a fan of the Green Man kind of look, and all those the Green Man faces that they'll have.
All right, and here he goes. And this is where the music becomes kind of somber. When I would have had 100 knights begging for the honor to be my champion, have we slipped so far?
Yep.
And look at the expression on Connery's face when the king announces what he's going to do. Well, so be it. Death is the resolve of this mad jest. Hold on, he's going to say. Then by heaven you shall have it. The king himself shall do the deed. And I'm almost thinking he's like, he doesn't want that. Okay.
No,
he
really
doesn't
he
want
doesn't.
the king to do it. But what happens?
And now he smiles, because that's exactly what he wanted. He wanted
someone to step up.
Yeah.
He wanted someone to step up, and I think he's even glad that someone as young as that stepped up. Because now you can play the game all year long.
I see my words now sadly proved. A humble squire has set the seal on your shame. Let him be squire no longer. I like this. This is a quick way to become a knight. Okay.
Yeah, this squire put you all to shame.
That's cool. This
Synthesizer fanfare.
right, it is, but I like it. Okay.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. Is anybody else hearing like crackling?
I am as well.
Yeah. Okay. So I was just wondering if it wasn't me.
I hope it's not my headphones. I'm gonna switch my internet real quick. Hold on. Maybe that's part of it.
So I'm going to guess that Sean Connery's an immortal.
No.
Yeah, and the question is this before
really
or after he meets Connor McLeod?
Well, you know what happens to an immortal if he cut the head off, though, right?
Yeah,
So
he's not that
immortals
kind of
aren't
an immortal.
Such bold words. He kind of has a nice thing. It's like he's kind of feeling bad about this. Please tell us your name and your home or something. You know, I don't.
He's honorable about it. He's like, I obviously I really don't want to do this, but nobody else stepped up and someone had to. I love the fake head.
You know, it is a fake head. It's an animatronic, but at the same time, how would a decapitated head really look?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of like the fact that it's a little bit animatronic. I mean, yeah, it could have been a little better. It's not Tom Savini level.
Now imagine what Gawain's feeling is like. Oh my God, he is going to be able to take that swing.
I had an English history when I took an English history course. They had old paintings, old drawings of this scene in there, like the bloody head, like because this was a popular poem. I don't know if it has an author or not. I'm not sure, but it got passed down. It is part of the earth.
What's left on his head for his neck, and what's on his body for the neck, would be a very, very long neck.
Yeah.
It's a magic neck.
Okay, right. Well, look, it's one of these parts of it that's not quite perfect. I like the fact that it reaches down, he puts it back on, and then boom, it's a simple little effect. They just switched up. Now imagine you're Sir Gawain here, right?
Yeah. Connery does look impressive in that outfit. I was like, not a beardless boy.
So he'll give him 1 year.
1 year to grow his beard, which of course he doesn't grow.
Yeah, you got a point there.
He remains completely shaven.
Because I imagine when you're younger, you have the page boy haircut, and then you grow the beard, and you get rid of it, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
How old is he supposed to be?
Who?
Gawain.
Gawain?
Yeah.
Probably around 18.
What would the average age of a squire be back in medieval times? Thinking that
between 16 and 18.
Yeah. You're pretty much knighted when you came of age if you deserved it. You could remain a squire for a long time if you were just like a helper kind of squire.
So here we have the riddle. Okay, where life is darkness, fire. Where life is golden sorrow. Where life is lost wisdom.
Wisdom.
He has to solve the riddle. If he could solve the riddle, his life will be restored to him, he says. I like this. How do I know how to find you? Oh, don't worry. I'll find you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that's a simple effect, but it's still a pretty effective one. I like it.
Yeah,
like
it is. Yeah, I like it too. Pig-face bassinet.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, wouldn't the king's armor be a little short for him?
Yeah, armor has got to be custom made, but some pieces would fit.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got.
But ultimately, a true knight's armor would need to be fit to them.
Right, but the king just told him he can have his armor. So it's
Yeah.
like, that's not going to fit.
Well, they let it out a little. I don't know.
Oh, so it had a seam allowance. Okay.
Right.
So that's his Squire Humphrey. I forgot to point out there was a scene when the king was yelling at them, and I think Gawain makes a comment to one of the other squires, and they laugh because I guess they're getting a kick out of the king yelling at all the knights.
Oh, and the guy who plays Humphrey, Lee Lawson, is married to Twiggy.
Huh.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, good for him.
he is. Her official last name is Lawson.
So where is he supposed to be going exactly?
He doesn't know.
He's
He has
just
to go.
out and about.
Yeah, how do you go to the bathroom? It's like, think about it. It's like
A key to undo his crotch?
I got no clue. I'm imagining it's like a can opener, like you're prying it off and then you got to pop it back in. Oh, and he's saying, where do we go? We go due west. Okay. Because that's the way the wind's blowing.
Actually, you would just need to unbuckle something and go. It's not that difficult.
I know.
But it's funny that they did the key joke.
Well, I'm thinking armor. I'm like, well, how do you get that off when you gotta, take a whiz? I just, it's.
Yeah, you
I
just
like
gotta
this.
move something aside. That's all.
I like what he says. That we'll go west because that's the way the wind blows. And what difference does that make? Absolutely none at all. Okay. They don't know where to go. They just have to go
Somewhere.
Okay.
They're wearing that fake mail underneath, aren't they?
Yeah,
Oh.
the yarn, the
Yeah.
yarn thing.
So they see a unicorn. Gawain wants to shoot it because he wants some food. He's like, it's going to taste like horse meat. No, magical, you say that means it'll taste good.
No, it tastes
Hey,
like marshmallows and rainbows.
You can get canned unicorn, can't you? I've seen it. Canned
Yeah.
unicorn.
What?
On Amazon, it's a joke thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I would
see
be
what
hunting a unicorn for food.
Isn't the horn supposed to be magical or something?
Supposed to be, yeah.
It's supposed to be able to heal you when you've been injured and all that.
Fooled ya. I like Humphrey.
Humphrey's funny. He's like
Yeah.
the Robin. Okay, let's be honest
Yeah.
here. He's like
Yeah, yeah.
Now, would you say that the Green Knight is acting as a kind of a dungeon master in this movie, Big Al? What do you think? I don't know.
A little bit. Well, he is the one who sets the quest.
Yeah,
So yeah, you're kind of right.
I keep trying to figure out what alignment the Green Knight is. I would say he's neutral,
Chaotic neutral.
No,
I-
I'd
yeah,
say I'd say lawful neutral
or either. It's possible. I could see both.
or
Because he
true
does
neutral.
call
Yeah,
chaos, but
true
he also
neutral.
has rules he follows. It's weird. But he's neutral because I don't say he's good or evil. He's
Yeah.
Hey, Evelyn, that's where the pineapples came from.
um, you know. Anyways, you need the pineapples for the boar's head. Don't tell me they weren't discovered until like,
It's like, hey,
years
look.
later.
Hey, look, the Grail. We don't have to look anymore.
Oh, that'd be funny, right? That looks good. Whatever they were eating.
See,
Looks
now
like
he
pork.
needs to let the armor out. Badoom.
There aren't too many special features, but they have a special feature with the actress playing her on the Blu-ray. I have an interview with her.
Oh yeah, what was her name?
I don't know. She's a British woman.
Emma Sutton.
Yeah.
Morgan Le Fay.
Yeah. He like calls her Morgana, I think.
She's
But
the
yeah,
witch,
pretty-
right?
Yep.
I like this. She is the devil's decoy.
Oh, and by the way, not Miles O'Keefe's voice.
Yeah. Okay. Whose voice is it?
Peter Firth.
No kidding.
Yeah. Not Colin Firth, but the
No,
guy,
no,
Peter-
I know.
But yeah, he was in Spooks. You know, he's a British actor, but yeah, he did the voiceover. So Miles O'Keefe, Sam Jones, all on the same boat.
I have to say though, when I think of like a medieval knight, you know, like that you hear, it looks like him. Okay, you know, it's like,
He looks like he stepped off a tapestry.
he does. His face has those features. You know, he looks like a knight.
Well, Miles O'Keefe was that kind of, you know, he was a great looking guy. He played Tarzan with Bo Derek, didn't he?
Oh, interesting.
I think he did. Wasn't he hurt?
This is where the movie starts to
Yeah,
get a
he
little bit
was.
weird.
Tarzan the Ape Man.
Oh, this is where it gets weird. Now where the guy gets his head cut off and puts it back on. This
Well,
is
that's
where it
from the
gets
poem, so blame the Middle English for that. Okay. You know,
Okay.
it's like- Which you have to wonder these legends if something like that really happened. Maybe you never know, right?
You see it kind of like elements of all kinds of other different films. Like this is very much like Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, I'm getting
When he
time.
blows the thing in Time Bandit. Yeah.
Time
There
Bandit
is
blows
no
for us.
way that he's able to blow that horn like that. I mean, that little point, there was no way he could get his lips.
It's a magic horn. Like a rainbow appears when he blows it. See? Okay. All right. They say that there's a lot of cut footage from this movie. And I wonder if some of this stuff got explained better in the cut footage. Like
Probably.
what we're gearing up on the Leonis. Okay, here we go.
This was almost my Avatar.
That's the Black Knight. Sorry, the Knight's voice terrifies me.
Yeah. It's a great visage. I mean, the armor and the way the helmet is.
It almost reminds me of something that's kind of Greek, the way the face looks on that.
Yeah, because you're right. Yeah.
Ooh, he threw down the gauntlet.
We'll watch this next part in that. Look at this.
Yeah.
Are you running or do we fight? Ah, we fight. He's laughing. Here's the gauntlet.
Oops.
You'll be lighter on your feet. Great if you ask me to dance.
It's like, that was information he kind of needed to know before now.
Right, exactly.
And see, but he was a squire. He really probably didn't put two and two together.
He doesn't even have a horse.
The back flap is already bent. And that's probably not even intentional.
I kind of like the portrayal of the fighting here, though. It's not. I imagine this is probably more or less sort of what it was like. It's not very choreographed. It's all just it's two men beating each other, in hard armor. It's like,
Okay. The getting dragged is a little bit weird, but he was using the mace in a correct fashion.
uh-huh.
He's now losing all of his armor.
Oh.
Oh, he's got a mace too.
Well, it's technically a Morning Star.
You're correct. Yes.
A mace doesn't have a chain.
You're right.
You're
absolutely right.
You're right. I forgot about that.
I have fought with both. I have died by both.
Now it's his turn.
I've always loved the look of that helmet. The pig face. Bassinet.
Oh, he's got the high ground.
Frankly, I ditched the armor. It seems to be hindering him more than helping.
Yeah. Probably true.
Whoops.
Interesting. Let's not say I haven't been chivalrous to get out the daggers because the guy got his sword broke. Remember?
It's a chivalrous kind of a thing, but is he chivalrous? That's
We're going to find that out. We're going to find that out.
Exactly.
I get out of the water.
Right? That seems entirely unnecessary. Because that could happen.
Foreshadow.
Yep.
Oh.
Boom. So Leoness, I remember on TV, the commercial would always break right there. Okay, and then you go to the commercial, then you have to wait for the commercial to see them go to Leoness.
Bring out the smoke machines.
Yeah, this part got glossed over on regular TV. They would skip this part, and he just shows up in Leoness. We don't know what happens to Humphrey, but Humphrey looks like he's dazed and confused, and he's lost him. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it's a magical thing, you know.
Yeah, this is where
transition.
The movie loses me a little bit in this sequence. I can't help but think, though, that Stephen Winks had a lot more footage that would have cleared some of this stuff up. Okay, so I don't know. Like it has.
I have to watch his first film. He did another film called Gawain and the Green Knight.
I've never seen it.
I haven't either. I gotta find that one day.
You can't find it anywhere.
Al says it was magic. I say someone was just burning wacky weed.
Did they have
that was the writer's room.
Right?
Like that brazier.
So I'll bring up a good point, though. I do think they did get a lot of English experts working on this movie, right? Probably with the costuming and whatnot. So even though it's lower budget, it still probably has a better feel.
I do have to say, it's not terrible.
Oh, here we go. You like that? I bring you my murderer. This guy doesn't play fair, does he?
Not at all. Not even the littlest bit. Hello, nurse.
Yeah, she's nice looking.
This was her. I think this was her first English language film.
She's not. What does she speak?
I think she's French.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, French actress.
Well, that would probably make sense, though. Weren't there's a lot of French influence in England, right?
She is a Farouche. Love them 80s special effects.
Dude, he's got like a charm. When he covers it, he can become invisible himself.
Yeah. As I believe Daniel Heron would say, she's definitely not ugly.
No,
she's gorgeous.
Yeah,
I do like her headdress. I love those like Renaissance headpieces that ladies will wear, like the chain kind of dangly things.
She's a fair maiden.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Spiegel says, good thing she didn't ask him to wear the ring. Sauron would have seen him.
Here's my can opener.
So he wakes up. Was it a dream?
Lynette. Okay, I always want to go to Lynette.
I think any woman named Lynette has to be hot, right?
Yeah.
That's a nice sound. Oh, here we go.
I will say, I got to give it up for Gawain's boots, by the way.
Yeah, right.
Would never work on me. I have short legs. I'm very long in the torso.
So you're at the part where you're seeing the widow?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now he's dressed like Luke Skywalker. He just killed Darth Vader.
And he has a ring that can make him invisible, like Bilbo Baggins.
Right.
Like I said, this is the part of the movie that loses me a little bit. Okay, this is why I say it's not a perfect movie.
But fantastic costumes. I mean,
And we like the maiden. And no, I mean it's interesting that he's going to some forbidden land, like some land that's not really in this world or something. I don't know what this is, and now she's trying to. You have to save the fair maiden.
very trusting, turning his back on 4 men with pointy sticks.
Yeah. She's appraising him.
Reminds me of the Seinfeld episode with a pirate shirt. A poofy shirt.
I mean, it looks good on him. I got to say that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Miles O'Keefe, say what you will about the man's acting. A good-looking man. In good shape. Still is, actually. He was in a cool Bigfoot movie a couple years ago called Claude. The Legend of Sasquatch.
Is that headpiece supposed to make her look taller?
I think so. I think so. She wants to check his teeth. Uh-oh.
She is definitely
A what?
cougar on the prowl, basically.
Yeah, she's thinking, hey, you can be my new husband. That's what she's thinking. Summon my bishops. How many bishops does she have?
One for the black squares and one for the white squares.
Of course, yes. See, it should have been Raquel Welch in this role, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
That might have been it. Like her, she's just scary. Now, kind of scary. Okay, she's got the black lipstick and everything. Like, no, it's not. Oh, she suffered all
Her
these
husband was
years.
so awful.
Did she complain about her husband with the? Oh, he was always going on the wenching or something, which. Husband.
It's like, hey, I'm gonna marry you.
Yeah, not
You're old enough to be my grandmother.
totally not fair.
Well, he would be staying there, but he would not be having a good time.
I have a better idea. How about I marry Lynette here? Okay. There's a lot of weirdness in this part. I'm telling you, I think there's lost footage. Okay.
And then you got the peeping Tom up in the balcony watching her
What?
bedchamber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who I think might actually be her dad. I don't know.
If they ever did have a special director's edition cut kind of thing of this, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Boomer, you have the Blu-ray. Isn't there any added footage on there?
No. The
Well,
Blu-ray
that
is
sucks.
bare bones. You know what the Blu-ray is? You're lucky it got on Blu-ray, okay? This
Yeah.
is my... Oh, here we go. We got the kiss. I've always loved you. See, back then it was simple, okay?
Yep. Courtly love.
Now it's all complicated, okay? You know.
Well,
courtly
it's
love.
going to be a little complicated if she ends up being her stepdad.
Anyway, no, there are no special features on this Blu-ray. Let me tell you something about this Blu-ray, okay? This gets released on DVD. I'm all excited, and it's pan and scan, and I get mad, okay?
Yeah.
Uh,
And then finally, Scorpion says we're going to release it on Blu-ray, but you have to buy it directly from us, okay? So, and I got it, and the day I got it was the day Sean Connery died. This past fall.
Oh.
That was weird. Knock the apples. What did you do to the poor apple monger? Okay.
it's just a man trying to make a living.
No offense. These guards they have in the castle,
Pretty
whatever you're
bad.
paying them, it's too much. They are not good at their job. Okay. They're like the stormtroopers, right? They're just bungling all over the place. I mean, I know Gawain is like the best there is, but come on, this is.
Well, Gawain was one of the strongest knights of the Round Table. Lancelot was the best. Gawain was the strongest.
What's Percival? Percival, the purist?
Percival / Galahad, depending on which version you want to use.
Oh, okay.
Would be the most pure.
Because he's the one that finds the Grail.
Right. Excalibur, it's Percival.
Yeah, I have a beat 'em up. I have an old Capcom beat 'em up video game called Knights of the Round, and you get a choice of playing as King Arthur, Percival, or Lancelot. Okay.
Oh, cool.
And it's funny, they said it when you played in the arcade, if two people picked the same character, the Lady of the Lake would pop on the screen to decide who got to play as who. It was funny, you know.
That would be kind of cool, though.
It's a cool little beat 'em up arcade game. Yeah. You can actually, if you have a modern console, you can get it in the Capcom fighting beat 'em up collection. It comes with a bunch of other games too. All right, so I have to admit, I love these sets, which I think are real castles. Okay.
Mhm. They must be.
Yeah, the creepy dude in the hood, who I think we learned late in a little bit that it's her dad, which is why I'm thinking there's some cut footage here. I think he probably wanted to make it Excalibur length and go over, so make it a 90 minutes, please.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a creepy hooded guy's your dad.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. How does she physically disappear if she's just become invisible?
It's magic, Troy. Just deal with it.
Okay.
This is the rough part of the movie. I'm not going to lie, okay?
Yeah.
I like Lynette. This is to introduce Lynette. Look, I like how he hits it like a golf club.
Yeah, but and I like how he says, "Wait for it."
Yeah, he does. He says, "Wait for it." You're right, and then throws him into the. These guys suck. They really do. They're not good at their job. I'm sorry.
Well, in fairness, they probably haven't had a lot of practice. You know, whoever ever actually gets to Leoness, right?
That's a very good point.
You know, I don't want to use this expression on the stream, but like someone's something blocking him. Okay, that's what this is. This is He meets the nice maiden. He meets the nice maiden. Everyone is getting in the way. They like each other, butt out. Okay, you know, it's like.
Magic.
Well, that's not cool.
But you see, like, disappeared, and he went to somewhere else.
How the heck does that happen?
Magic.
This makes no damn
Okay, wait a minute.
sense.
The last time he had the thing, it just made him invisible. Now it teleports him?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make a lick of sense.
Here he's coming. He's not happy. He's like, "What are you doing?" He wasn't supposed to get here till like stage 4 or something. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh,
It is like he's the dungeon master.
he's like,
He
saying, "What's
is.
going
He's
on here?"
like-
He's not.
Not supposed to meet her yet.
Oh, he's mad. No one bargains with the Green Knight. Okay. It's funny. she making a pass at him to come.
Yeah, as a frog. And
Yeah,
he's
it's
like,
like,
we'll
hey,
see.
we'll see. You know, I don't know. Okay. The more you cheat, the harder it becomes. This is like when you're watching it, and it's like basically the whole movie Legend. Okay, where you're like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know. Can we bring this down to earth a little bit?
I will say, I think Legend is perfectly understandable. I don't know why people have an issue with it.
It's weird though. You got like these dwarf. When you're a kid in the '80s, it's like that movie, The Never-Ending Story. All these movies that are just weird. Okay, and this is the weird part of this movie.
This is the weird part?
Okay.
Well, you bring up The Never-Ending Story. It took me 30 years to figure out what the hell the kid was saying when he was yelling the name of the childlike empress.
What did he yell? What did he call
Apparently, it was Moonchild.
Oh, that's
but
weird.
it took me 30 years to figure that out, and I had to look up the script online.
Oh, I like these monks. Okay, this monk I like, actually.
Yeah. He's here's where a little bit of Robin Hood comes in. Friar
He's
Tuck.
almost like Friar Tuck. He reminds me a lot of Friar Tuck, actually. Yeah.
He might have actually. He looks like a guy who actually played Friar Tuck once.
He strikes me as a guy that took the vow because he needed 3 hots and a cot. Okay, you know, like he's not.
Actually, you joke, but there's a lot of people that entered the clergy for exactly that reason.
Mm-hmm.
I like this day after day, not so much as a belch or a fart. Although he's talking about all his jobs he's had, yeah, an accomplished pickpocket. He's giving it back. Okay, it's in the blood. Oh, I love this. I received a certain Baron Fontainebleau of these. Oh, that's funny. Okay.
But I like your comparison to this, like a D&D game, because this is at the height of my D&D playing years.
Yeah.
And you're right. It's pieced together very much like a D&D game.
Yeah.
You got the call to adventure, then you go to different little modules of it, you know.
Like he goes in that, but it's like, or even like if you're playing like a Legend of Zelda game, and you're not supposed to go to that dungeon yet. That's not the order you're supposed to do this in, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. I do see the green as sort of a DM. And look at this. Who's this guy?
I don't know, some peck.
Oh. I wonder if that actor was in Willow. Was he the guy calling him a peck? I wonder. Okay. No, the other guy, Gurgle, whatever the guy's name was. This guy was in Time Bandits. Okay.
That's
David Rappaport.
Right. He was also in The Bride.
Yep,
that's right. I only want my share. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, I know that little guy.
Yeah, that we were just saying.
I like his voice, actually. He's got a good sounding voice. The green one, I like this. What was he asking for? Like puree of snake organs or something? I don't know. You're not playing the game. Green Knight's game. See, I'm thinking, are these like other sprites or something? What is going on here?
Well, in a magical kingdom, I'm sure there's a hierarchy. I'm sure the Green Knight's pretty high in that hierarchy, and
I think
there's probably other
everybody in
little
this movie's a
small.
little high.
So what? He enacted the invincibility code, but then he can't play the game
up,
anymore.
down,
So-
down, left, right, left, right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
He hacked it.
Yeah. He should fall into a bag of holding. That'd be funny, right? Can you put a person in a bag of holding?
You can, but there's limited amount of air.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They have rules for that, yeah.
Or could you stick a straw in and let him breathe out of the straw?
Now, see, this is the problem. This is when fights happen at D&D games between the players and the DM, right? So you got to find a way to cheat. That's the problem.
No, our house rules include a rule 0 that says, if the rules aren't clear and you make a decent argument, of course the dungeon master's the final say, but we all tend to be pretty mature, so make a good argument, I'll go, yeah, I'll buy it.
He's back.
No, see, what is this nonsense? I'm sorry. I love this movie, but I'm not saying it's a perfect movie. And this is like, okay, and then the armor
Wait,
falls
did I kill
apart,
him
nothing's
again?
inside. It doesn't make any sense. That's why I'm saying I think he had a bunch of extra footage. This movie was supposed to be 2 hours, and then like Golan Globe was so good. It's too long. Cut a half an hour out of this, okay? Because I don't know what's going on here. Go back to Leoness going. Go back. And this is the fantasy element. I get it. I don't care about it. I care about the stuff that's coming in a little bit. Okay, all right, here we go. Go back to Leoness.
Oh, I
guess-
know that castle.
You do?
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called, but I had a jigsaw puzzle that was that castle.
Interesting.
Let's see if it's-
Go ahead. Sorry.
Let's see. Filming took place in Wales, Ireland, Chateau de Périfons, and the Palais de Papis in France.
I bet that's a French castle. That kind. I don't know why. It just feels like a French castle to me. Not that I'm an expert on castles or anything. Okay. All right. So did everybody get petrified? Is that what happened here? Is it out of time? I don't understand. Okay. There's Lynette.
Aww.
He's going to give her back the ring.
That is one heck of a rock.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a real piece of medieval jewelry or if they just made it for the movie. I don't know. Okay, she's been restored.
And did he get her out of town too?
You got her out of Leoness. They're back.
Well,
I
great. They can run away together.
guess. No, he's got a riddle to solve, dude. But she needs some fire.
No, he's out of the game. Screw it. He's got the girl.
No, now he's
Nah,
back.
he's
No,
back in the game now.
because
man.
he gave her
He's
back the
in.
ring.
Oh crap.
He wanted because he wanted Lynette back. He figured he could have won, but I want the maiden back. Okay, come on. I'm a knight. A knight needs a maiden. Okay, needs a fair maiden.
Yeah, he knew her for 5 minutes, and he can't live without her.
That's how it worked back then, and good enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's 30 something. Okay, it's like you're I'm sorry.
Well, actually, I'll go even further than that. It doesn't even have to do with getting the girl. It has to do with what's right. He's willing to give up his life to do what's right.
That's true. Even if she rejected his, even if she didn't feel that way about him, he would still do the right thing. You're right. He's
Exactly.
Yes. Okay.
So where is she exactly?
They're out of Lyonesse, wherever.
No, they're back in Christendom. They're back in the real world. Okay. At this point. And here we go.
Here's your guy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, red armor too. That's good armor. I like that armor.
Yep.
A maiden. There's Seneschal. I'll have her. But don't taint the good, Oswald. She'd be worth a pretty ransom. Oh, now these are not honorable knights, okay? Or these are.
Yeah, but I do like his, like you said, I do like his armor. That red.
That was
If
an
I were-
orchard, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looked like it.
You mean an archer with him?
No, orchard. She was running through an orchard.
Yeah, orchard. Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what sort of orchard.
Like that with the bucket helmets on the other guys. Which, if you think about it, they kept bringing those back even into World War One, didn't they? They had those. There are at least 10 of them, probably more nearby. Yeah, but I just beat the...
What if they're anything like the guys from Lyonesse? No problem.
Actually, to be fair, though, these guys are probably worse. Okay.
Yeah.
This is Oswald's men. Okay. These. Well, he's the prince, right? Or
I don't know if he's a prince.
Or lord or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
Whatever.
he's the son. He's the son of yeah. Is it?
John Rice
He's
Davies.
son of a
Yeah,
something,
Fortin
all right.
Bras. He's Fortin Bras' son.
Baron, the Baron's son. The Baron's son. You're right. Baron Fontainebras. Yes.
Which is funny
Monument.
because Ronald Lacey is like 20 almost like 10 or 20 years older than John Rhys Davies.
I don't care. I'm fine. Look at that castle. I think medieval castle. I think that castle right there. This movie, I blame this movie. This movie probably spurred me to buy. When I was a kid, I was into Legos, and they had the castle system. They just came out with the castle system. I was getting castle system toys out the wazoo, okay? Because I wanted these castles. And for Christmas, I would like save up part of my allowance. My mom, Dad, can Santa get me the other half? You know, it's like so I can get the big King's Castle. This is what I was into for video games. I would buy these Lego castle system sets, and they were amazing. I had a blacksmith shop. I had a medieval tavern that you could only order through the mail, and I saved up my allowance, and I got that sent out for that too. Oh, he's awful. I hate Oswald. I really do. We'll rescue Lennon and get paid. I like that. What? I'm sorry.
He's a great villain, though. Ronald Lacey. He always plays a great bad guy.
He has no. He's like the opposite of Gawain. He has no honor. Okay. I hear pouring. Is that some tasty wine? Is that tasty wine?
Nobody asked me what I was sipping on.
What are you sipping
what
on?
are you sipping on?
I'm having a beer with the name that I don't want to say, so it doesn't get you taken down.
I just have water. I had a Guinness and a half a cider earlier, so I'm trying to add some.
I was
going
to have a Guinness, but Netter gave me a Koof beer with lime.
Oh, I had a what did I have? Oh, I had a proper bar Guinness where they have to pour it and then they have to let it sit and then they have to pour it again. You know.
Well, for the proper head.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Proper head. It was a good Guinness. Yes, I had that and I had the egg and I got the child's portion of fish and chips because I also wanted to get the Scottish egg or whatever that thing was. Yeah.
What's the child's version of minnow? A minnow and a potato chip.
No, it's just like the guy said that they came in different sizes. He said you get like the 8 ounce or whatever. Or he said something was too big for one person. He said, but I said give me the small one because I'm gonna get the egg too later on. So good fish and chips there too. It was a good night. But here we go. These are all okay. I like this. He's getting his own band of merry men. Okay. Yep. I'll help Sir Gawain prefer that than to stinking Baron Fontainebras, who everybody hates. And I'm just here because I need some bread. Okay, this is what I like to see for you guys working. Okay, and look at this. He doesn't like Gawain, and Gawain don't like him. This is like your bad boss.
You have to take him out and measure him, boys.
Lynette. They got her. Where are they? They got her in a prison cell. This is horrible.
Love his hat.
I hate Oswald. I really do. I just. You with the fancy boots. Ah. Don't you know how to use a sword better than that? And he's like, no, why don't you show me? Here we go. see, this is the part of the movie I really like. From here on out, we got good stuff going on here. Okay. Oh. What's his name? Ronald Lacey, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'll say this. He's not quite as hideous in this as he was in Raiders, but yeah, he has that horrible voice, too. It's just hanging like a dark star on the very point. You don't wield it like a broomstick. Okay, yes, I know. You notice how his fighting is? He keeps trying to catch him off guard. I was wrong.
Well, he's a punk ass.
You don't need any help from me. And he still comes after him. He's trying to let his guard down because he's just Wayne, just kick his ass. I'm tired of this. It just I don't like Oswald.
Well, as my dungeon master likes to say, give the bad guy a chance.
Give the bad guy a chance?
Yeah.
No, you don't give Oswald a chance because he'll come and try and stab you in the back. Okay, I don't like him. He's not even that good a fighter. Let's be honest here. I mean, he's
an overweight wannabe.
He is. He's the Baron's son.
He's a spoiled brat. That's exactly what he is.
And he's mad because he wants that fair maiden, I guess, as I don't know, his toy. You know. What stops him from killing Oswald? He sees Lynette. He's not going to do it in front of her. You see that?
Well, I just spared your life, didn't I, dipshit?
No, he take him to the dungeons. What do you think of that? You embarrassed me, so now you get to go to the dungeons.
It's like, ooh, the dungeon.
You know what I loved on Robin of Sherwood? Remember how whenever Robin Hood got sent to the dungeons, and there was always the one old guy that was always in the dungeons?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he wouldn't leave because he had a rat named Arthur. He says, come with us. I'm not going to leave without Arthur. No, I have to keep Arthur company. It's like he won't leave the dungeons. And he must have been there like 30 years. And it's like...
Yeah.
See, I'm sorry. You see a skull, like a petrified body hanging there, you know. You won't be laughing soon. I don't like this guy either.
I don't think you're supposed to like him.
That's my point. I like villains I'm not supposed to like. I don't... Screw nuance. I don't care. I want my bad guys bad. Okay.
Mhm.
You don't want them deconstructed and
No,
their
I don't care
background
about
explained and
I don't care
make you
about their
feel
child.
sympathy for them.
No, I don't care about their childhood. I don't care about any of this nonsense. Okay. I still think my favorite Joker was the one Jack Nicholson did because he starts out as a bad guy to begin with. He's a gangster, He's Look at this. He wants to torture him. Is this the rack?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can make you taller, right? Oh, what's he gonna? I think what? His dad's back. You got to feel like this is like the teenager that throws the party when the parents are out and the parents are back and he has to stop and hide the beer. Okay, that's what this is. There you go. He's got his shirt off again.
I'm so impressed.
Look who's there.
I do like the big burly kind of fun guys.
Yeah.
Like him, like Hagrid, those kind of characters.
Oh, they figured out he stole the gems. I hope you paid for those dearly, my son. I like him. I'm sorry. He's funny. Okay. All right, here we go. John Rice Davies. Part of me wonders, did things like this really exist in medieval times? Could you get a custom-built miniature castle set with little figures?
Almost certainly.
And then you know what? Some kid comes in here and I'd scream, stay away from my action figures. It's not for kids, okay? Get out of here.
Could be doing it like Dark Helmet on Spaceballs.
Oh no. So you're saying John Rice Davies is like 10 years younger than Ronald Lacey here?
Yeah.
I guess Ronald Lacey has that boyish face, right? So that's probably why they picked him. Oh, we got it. We got another feast. What's that?
Yeah, let me see if I can find the right.
Well, that's bread. I have a question. How long did it take them to invent the sandwich? Like they had the bread
Honestly,
and the meat.
The concept of the sandwich probably predates written language, to be honest with you.
I don't
It
know.
was supposedly created by the Earl of Sandwich.
Yeah, but that's who's accredited with it. But the idea of putting stuff between two other things for finger food goes way before that.
Yeah. And John Rhys Davies is 9 years younger than his son in this.
He's got a nice dueling scar there. Sir Bertilac. All right, so he's having a squabble with another baron, right, or knight or something, right? Okay, over land.
Oh, that was always going on. That tree was mine. That pig was mine.
Just like when you build the fence to your neighbor a little too close to the parting line. It's like, here we go.
Your tree is overhanging my friends.
Yeah, I don't want overhanging on my property, okay? It's not my problem. Are those rats? Ew!
And he fell into a sand hole, whereas the other guy landed on something solid.
Help me out of the rat pit, please. Oh,
Okay, you were sitting on one too.
I don't like rats. All right, here we go. It's a brutal.
I do like the way he got that apple.
I know the hilt of the axe into it. It's like a barbarian.
He's trying to show he is so powerful.
He's not taking any shit though. This guy. He's like, I'm not here to down. Ceaseless raiding into my western provinces. I like Peter Cushing here, though. Look, Sir Bertilac. There's another way to settle our differences. You know, wars are, after all, such a clumsy way to settle anything. And so costly. Wars are expensive, aren't they? Let's not,
they are, actually.
I don't want to do that. Let's just, you know, we give you something in return, okay? Plop. It's not your boy out there in the stables. Okay, there you go.
A bit taller.
Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry. Well, Requisition, they need some weapons. Where are they going to get the weapons from? They got to go to the armory, right?
Yeah. Requisition.
There's a crossbow. Are they going to go fishing? What is this? Okay, they're going to just jump down there. Okay, I'm sorry. This dude is scary.
A little loud. Now, the one thing about a blacksmith, they're strong as all get out.
Yeah.
A proper blacksmith, I mean, think about what they do every day. Not gonna give away my woman.
But Dad, I saw her first. Man, the teeth on that blacksmith. Yikes.
Yeah, well, it's England and the Dark Ages, right? So it's like... Here we go, Oswald. You got a little tipsy. Had too much ale. You're forbidden from seeing the maiden.
He's using a breastplate as a shield.
And the head guy's just hacking pieces off of it.
Ow. Ow.
And now he's on fire.
You don't care. That's what's funny. He's like...
Yeah, right? This blacksmith's on fire.
Ow. Mark.
Ow.
Got the horseshoe stuck in his face.
Jeez, the whole place is on fire now.
Yeah.
Oof. Ow!
Oh, I don't know, Tom Spiegel, about the one waiting. Sometimes it's a refresh thing. If you hit the refresh button, sometimes it's usually one waiting when nobody's before you start.
All right. What's the password? Oh,
How's that for a password?
I'm telling you, he's got his own band of merry men now.
Password.
Okay. You have to get Linnet.
This little bitty boat.
Uh-oh. Oswald.
Like that little reverse effect.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, it's okay.
That's
Hey,
like
it
something
worked.
direct. It was late. The director got that shot. He's like, "Yeah, it's good enough. Let's worry about it later."
Who's gonna
Now
come
here's
through
Batman coming down the window. Still don't know how she's gonna get out though. Dude, she's taller than you.
Yeah, right?
He doesn't have much game, does he?
No, he doesn't.
You know, he just fire.
Ow.
Thing is, girlie, the door is open. Just go through the door.
Fire.
That's the second part of the riddle.
So what? She stayed in the room. She didn't go for the door.
Well, he couldn't get back up there. Plus, he heard her screaming, and the fire was on her. You know, I mean,
Okay, she was too stupid to live.
well, I don't know.
Well, we'll see.
He's going his own way now. He's done.
You can go,
Go your own way.
Yeah, I know.
Go your own way.
He says he's got nothing to live for anymore. It's what's the point, man?
It's like you just met that girl like 5 minutes ago.
I wonder if this soundtrack's available.
I don't know. Ask Daniel.
It
Ron,
isn't.
Ron Geeson is the.
I've said over. It's not available. I've hunted for it. It's not around. I don't even think it got an LP release back in the day. I think it's lost.
I love rhyming dialogue.
They cut that part out of the television version. They cut out little snippets. That part wasn't in the television. How do
Yeah.
you cut out Connery in anything? Come on.
It's such a cool line too.
Yeah. But that wasn't there. I remember now because it's got castle. It's another cool castle. I've decided. Oh, here we go. There's always one of them. It's the doorman. Be off with you.
Oh, gee.
You're going to be
Okay,
that way
Karen.
going in.
I see a pig.
And he's got his own little
I like it.
pit thing.
He's looking a little worse for wear.
All that time, and then all he's got is that little bit of like 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, so he's not going to grow that beard.
He's
neither,
not growing
is he?
that beard too fast.
I love Sir Burdock. He even though Gawain is all shabby and he doesn't look, he says, "I can tell he's a knight." He just lets him in. It's like,
It's like, oh, I gotta sit through all the ceremony before I can take a bath.
well, I don't know. It's probably Sunday. He's in church. I don't know. Look who's there.
Yeah, I also noticed that on the close-up,
Yeah.
that beard is just smudged makeup.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. Well, I figured it was. I didn't figure it was a beard. I thought maybe part of that was like fire, like dirt fire from when he fell. I don't know, like ashes from the fire flying in his face as he fell. I don't know. Lynette is alive. Are you surprised, Lynette?
Eh.
Okay. Well, all right.
I
Well,
am so confused.
I'm
I have
so
no
confused.
froggy clue what's going on here.
Well, apparently she got that ring of traveling back, and
No.
you know.
No, it was
Through
Sir
the
Bertolak.
fire, he came to save me. Sir Bertolac saved her. He was there. Remember, they were offering her as a bargaining chip for the lands. We'll give you the maiden.
Gotcha,
Okay.
gotcha.
He basically bought her out of the captivity in exchange for the lands because he's an honorable knight and didn't want to see the maiden being held there.
I was like, make sure you add that little sister like a brother thing because he was getting jealous.
I don't know.
I don't know. Back then, the sister brother thing might not necessarily be a deterrent.
It could
This is not Game of Thrones.
I don't
No,
know.
but Game of Thrones was based on some real history.
I don't know, Sir Bertolac. I don't know what his story is. Maybe he loves another woman, or maybe he swings on the other side. I don't know. But whatever, he's a good guy. He saves Gawain, gives him, lets him heal up. But he's only halfway through the riddle. See? Where life is gold and sorrow. What do you think, huh?
I don't understand what exactly is the
The
sorrow.
room was golden because he's having to leave, and and
Yeah, he's
I
got to
don't
go.
know.
He's got to go and face the Green Knight.
You know something?
This is all pretty weak.
You know what? This was. Let me tell you something.
The
Troy.
way a riddle's supposed to be is when you realize what the answer is, you go, "Oh man, I get it now."
Yeah, well, that's
not how any of this is going.
You know something. Just there's the sash. Take the sash.
Yep. The Green Sash. I like that they kept that in from the
the
original
poem.
story.
Well, the poem's a bit different than this.
Yeah,
there's no
they
riddle
do.
in the poem. There's no.
Yeah.
A remarkable man. Look at that. And oh wait, is he a falconer?
Apparently.
Was I seeing a falcon there?
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be a
Now he's
hobby to
got some
take up.
proper spiffy armor.
He got golden armor, man. And who does he meet? He meets his band of merry men. Here's Humphrey. I do get a bit of a Robin Hood vibe, don't you, Al? You know,
Yeah, I do.
with the group, yeah.
Sir Gawain and the Merry Men.
I like the music. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we haven't even paying attention to the chat, have we?
I know, I'm half expecting the A-Team to show up now.
Yeah, right.
No, the A-Team ain't showing up. Guess who's coming back?
George Papard?
Oh, for the love of... Okay.
This
It's
guy again?
Oswald. His face is a bit scarred.
We are the champions.
Yeah, Gawain's like, you know
You-
what? I'm
You want to
tired of
know
messing
something?
around.
You want to know
Okay.
something I just noticed that's totally awesome?
What?
On on Oswald's shield, he has the device that denotes that he is the firstborn son.
Oh.
Interesting.
The little bracket. See how he's got the golden bracket?
Yeah.
That denotes that he is the firstborn son.
Well, gentle friends, one last good fight.
So I never noticed that before. That's a very cool thing because I was my group's herald, so I've always loved heraldry.
Yeah, who is this knight? What quarrel do I have with him? And he says he's my champion. He fights for me because
That's all you need to know.
Oswald can't do his own fighting because he sucks.
Nope.
Okay, you know? I like this. We get a good. This is a cool joust. Okay, we get a good joust here.
Yeah.
I
Plus,
like
I got to give it to this guy. He's wearing my colors, the red
What?
and white. Red
Red
and
and
white
white?
were my colors. Yeah.
that's a good color scheme.
Yeah.
I do like red and white. That's one of the reasons I got that one Spider-Man PlayStation because it was red and white. I like those colors. Oh, okay.
Or red and silver, as it were. Silver and white are interchangeable. But yeah, mine was a different. Mine was half and half. Per pale, they used to call it.
You see
Well,
that he
just keep
sends
sending out knights until one of them wins.
pretty much. He's a dick. Okay, let's be honest here. I like that golden armor though too though.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Cheater.
Shoot him in the back.
Wrong guy, you idiot.
Yes. Wrong back, Casper. That's my favorite line in this movie. Wrong back, Casper. Okay,
Oh,
we're
we
just
didn't
gonna do a.
specify.
You
I
said
know.
him. You didn't say which him.
I know, but come on, it's just he just looked disappointed and annoyed there. It's like, come on, just
Well, he
Alright,
probably realized, okay, I guess I could have meant him. He doesn't know what I'm talking about.
look. We got arrows flying out.
That's okay. They'll fight in the shade.
I love flips him over, sticks the spear right in him. I love it.
Yep.
Okay, come on.
It's like you didn't let me draw my own sword, so I gotta stab you with your own spear.
I like the monkey knocks the two heads together. It's just, come on.
Let me just throw a saddle at you.
That
You
works.
know, whatever
Hey,
works.
you use
right?
what you can.
I mean, this isn't like clean. This isn't like clean fighting.
Actually,
right? Like,
there's a bit of a joke there too. He
What?
unseated him by throwing a saddle at him.
oh, that's funny. Gawain's had it with Oswald at this point. He's like,
It's like, I am so over you, dude.
pretty much. Oh yeah, throw dirt in my face. Daggers to the death, Oswald. I love one more for the dung.
heap.
I like that line too. One more for the dung
Yeah.
heap. It's like,
It's like, dude, stop grunting. It's very unbecoming.
oh, that's the score settled. I like the groan he makes. And you know what I know about Peter Cushing? Peter Cushing's had it with him too. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm the Grand Vizier or whatever. I don't have time for this nonsense. You're costing me money. Okay.
Well, I like what he said. It's like, this may be his last fight, but at least let him fight it fairly or something
Yeah.
like that.
He has some level of honor to him, even Peter Cushing. I mean, he's cunning, but even he's just had it. It's like, no. Look, I have found emptiness, fire, and sorrow. Where life has lost wisdom, there's no wisdom in the killing I've done this day. He's done. I like that line when he says, "I'm afraid I won't be asking you to join me in the place I'm going." Okay, which means he thinks Gawain's going to go to the better place. You know, it's like,
Humphrey's been through enough. He should be a knight by now too.
oh, he should. No, definitely. Humphrey should be a knight by now. Humphrey is, yeah. I got the impression the squires were better than the knights in that court. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
All right, you must join me in the Green Chapel when the sun goes down, or blah blah blah.
Golden green.
Welcome to my dwelling.
Welcome to my nightmare.
How many axes does he have?
At least two.
My question would be, why one over the other? What's the difference between
One
them?
was shinier.
Oh.
Could be a balance issue.
Now they say back in medieval times when you were going to get executed with an axe, you wanted to like pay the axe wielder, give him a little bit of money.
Make it
Otherwise,
clean.
the may take a couple nicks to get your head off, and that's worse. Okay.
What was the last line of the riddle that he didn't get?
Where life has lost wisdom. He didn't see any wisdom in the killing he had done in that battlefield. Oh, now you flinch at the axe, huh? I didn't flinch away when you let fly with your blow. Ah.
The one bad thing about an axe, easily hooked.
Yeah.
Now, it's interesting. He didn't avoid his fate because he said this was the rules of the game. By honor, he was honor bound. He had to actually sit down and take the thing. So,
It's like make a balloon of his head and just release the air out of it.
there we go. Well, it's funny. He's going through all the seasons himself, right?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's winter. Okay. Life has lost wisdom.
Where the year goes, you're a year wiser, basically.
Well, he did gain, a couple levels worth of experience and a lot of treasure.
Uh-huh.
And,
A lot of treasure, yeah. And there's the maiden fair.
He's definitely upped his hit points.
Yep.
Got a better armor class now.
Right. It's masterwork, at least.
Oh, that I don't get the girl? What?
Leoness. Okay. Again with Leoness. She has to go back. Okay.
Okay.
So does he get to turn into a lion now or something?
What? Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Of course it doesn't.
Golan Globus, producers of many fine movies in the 80s, huh? Like Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo,
Boogaloo, baby.
and Invasion USA with Chuck Norris, remember?
Yeah.
They should. Could you imagine when you mentioned who else they wanted to cast? I was thinking, was it Chuck Norris?
He'd make a good Green Knight.
Maybe, I don't know. Some of his acting in some of those, he got better, but early on it was kind of stiff. Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Evelyn is just 3 question marks. Like, I don't know. It's just, what were these people smoking?
It's fantasy. It's sword and sorcery. Okay.
Yeah, it was a game born from his act of honor. He played the game through the end. Now all the pieces had to go home. The
Yeah,
Green
there you
Knight
go.
was only for a year, as was Lynette.
So I guess he goes home and joins the round table, right? Is that what happens?
Yep,
Yes,
and
that's-
and of course another legend. He will meet a pig lady named Ragdoll, or an old ugly crone, depending on
A
the
what
legend.
lady? A pig lady.
A pig-faced lady, or a really ugly woman, or an old
Okay.
woman, and he marries her and honors the marriage. But then he finds out that he can have her lovely, and she turns out to be a lovely girl, and he's like, "You can have me like this, but only when we're alone and at night. I will be the ugly woman by day, or it'd be the other way around. It's like, I'll be beautiful for everyone to see, but together I'm ugly." And he let her choose, and therefore broke the curse, and she's lovely all the time. Gawain and Ragdoll. It's a weird, like, sub story
That's
of the
weird.
Arthurian
I don't
legend.
like it. I don't like
Actually,
it.
I do like that.
I
That
don't like
that
it.
makes
Yeah,
sense to
It
me.
sounds like something Troy would like.
They-
I
they-
know,
they-
I do. I love that whole attitude. It's like you think about it, and you're like, which would I prefer? Why should it be what I prefer?
Yeah, it's not it's not what I prefer. It's what you want. But they actually did a film version of it. There is a Arthurian made-for-TV movie starring Malcolm McDowell as King Arthur,
Whoa, really?
and that Gawain, and there is a part of that movie that's Gawain's story when he meets Ragdoll.
Oh, I'll look for that. I never heard of that one.
It's weird. It's like one of those things I can't find it. I don't know where it is.
You know, it was a good made-for-TV King Arthur.
But I haven't looked in a while though. So.
Did you ever see the Merlin miniseries they did back in the day?
Oh yeah, Sam Neill.
Sam Neill. I liked it. I liked that one a lot. Actually,
that was cool. They also, did you ever watch Miss of Avalon?
I did
When
not
they
see that
did
one.
that, it's who was that? Who was that girl from
Julianne Margulies.
Yes, Juliana
okay.
Margulies. She played Morgan. Was it Morgan? Yeah, she was Morgan Le Fay, but kind of a different version, sort of. But yeah, speaking of more Arthurian legends, we have just gotten through one of the more stranger ones, but in 2 weeks we'll be watching what is perhaps the greatest Arthurian film ever made, in my estimation, which is Excalibur, John Boorman's masterpiece. And I love that movie. I remember seeing that in the theaters. I can't wait to watch it again with you guys. You guys ever watch Excalibur? I'm sure.
Oh, many times.
Just such a wonderful movie. And that's why I saved it for second instead of as it was like, let's watch this one first.
What?
And get into
I
that.
like
Well,
this movie.
I like it too, but it's it's not Excalibur.
And Troy likes it too. He'll be thinking about it for a couple of days and he'll be singing its praises, okay?
I don't know about that. I may think about it for a while, but I'll just keep going. I still don't get
You
it.
gotta let it settle in.
It's
okay?
it's a weird, yeah. This film's definitely on its weird side, but it's got so many aspects that I just totally dig, and I'm just glad to see Boomer gets it like I do.
Yeah, because
Which is the cool part. We know it's weird. We know it's odd, but
when you
we
were a
still love
kid,
it.
you didn't have a lot to choose from as far as heroic fantasy movies went. Let's be honest. They didn't make a lot of them, okay? We didn't have Lord of the Rings back then, okay? They didn't have the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings movies. So this was a pretty big deal when you would catch it on TV and, you see the knights in shining armor and the magic and, the
Right.
Connery
Well
getting his head
good,
cut
but
off.
the ending was just kind of like, what?
it's kind of metaphysical. Yeah, it's kind of
He doesn't
weird,
get the
little
girl.
touch to it.
Well, yes, I get that, but it's like it seems like there should have been at least like another scene or so, kind of wrapping up.
Well, there could have been, but it got on the cutting room floor. I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe. It does kind of just end, kind of like, you kind of fill in your own kind of thing. Can you imagine sitting in a movie theater when this thing was out going, and some guys like why going, what the hell was that? You didn't even get the girl?
No, I'll say this though. At the end of Fellowship of the Ring, my dad was in the theater or something, and I think he overheard someone in the back saying, "What? It didn't end. It's like we wait a minute. What do you mean it's to be continued?" Like he didn't expect there not to.
Didn't know.
He didn't know it was going to be continued. He was not happy with Frodo and Sam walking off.
I like Evelyn Hampton. It's like, well, that was different.
Yeah, right. Well, that was a movie we watched.
Well, I just
I like the flyer.
And you're welcome, Evelyn. I'm hoping it played well for you. It's the first time I've ever done that. So we'll see how.
She's probably thinking, "I'm not sure. I actually saw it all. Felt like something was missing there."
Yeah, it. I actually forgot how it acted. Ooh, we got lightning happening outside. But yeah. So that was this film. What is next to watch? What's next week's film, Netter?
Animal House.
Animal
House. Oh, no. Animal
Yeah.
House. Awesome. Great film. Looking forward to that. John Belushi
Oh, absolutely.
released upon the world, and God, that's a good film. God, it's been a long time since I've seen that. So yeah, Animal House next week on Netters Network, and then 2 weeks from tonight back here on Big Al Presents for Excalibur. Fantastic film, of course. And of course, ahead in September, we go from Arthurian August to back to school September with Grease and Grease 2. Yes, we are watching Grease 2 as well. So looking forward to that too. But yeah, hey, I actually prefer Grease 2.
Melissa Harris is saying goodnight.
Oh, good night, Melissa. Glad you could join us. And like I said, happy birthday, Jake. Wish everybody, make sure you wish Jake a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jake.
I'm glad everyone could join us tonight. I've got a couple videos up this week. I'm starting to produce content. I got a review for The Suicide Squad, and I did a little retro review for Seven Faces of Dr. Lowe.
You know what? I'd like to see you review maybe that new, the one with Cameron Pasha, the new Sir Gawain movie. If you ever get around to that, yeah.
I'm going to try to find it. Yeah, I'm going to try
yeah.
to find a good version of it.
Yeah.
I when they had a version, but it was one of the guys sitting in the audience and slot machine ads on it. So I always try to wait for a clean. I don't like watching the obviously videotaped ones. I want a clean copy, which is why I love it when they do a double release like Suicide Squad or Black Widow did, when they go on one. So like Free Guy, I want to see Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds, but it's only in theater, so I don't know if the copy's going to be clean, so I might have to wait.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Free Guy. That looks like it could be a lot of fun. But yeah, stay tuned to my channel. I'm going to try to at least do one other video a week or review or a ramble or something. I was trying to do one last night, but I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and I was in my chair longer than I wanted to be, and I was working on a PowerPoint and just totally went to sleep. And thank God it auto-saved, because I had all the time. Because there was some big news that broke in Hallmark Christmas news yesterday, but I'll save that for those who don't know. Big news, and it's got geek appeal, so I'll just say that.
Geek appeal?
Brandon Routh.
What?
Yes. There's a sequel happening.
What?
Everybody knows Brandon Routh's Hallmark Christmas movie's getting a sequel.
Oh.
Yay!
I don't know what that is.
You'll have to look it up. I'm not going to say any more. I'm going to do a video on it, I think. Maybe I might do a video on it. It all depends on if I how tomorrow goes. We'll see. But I'm glad everyone could join us tonight. I hope everyone has a beautiful Sunday. I hope. I know the heat's finally broke here in the on the East Coast a little bit, thankfully. Although we are getting the nightly storms. I am just so glad you could join us tonight. Hey, I said before the film started that it was a little weird, but I still love this movie. And I'm so glad that Agent Boomer could join us for this one, because I had someone in my corner the whole night, loving the movie. Of course, coming up this week, taking a little break from Lord of the Rings on Catholic Bible Geek, still doing the Professor Geek book study for the Darth Bane trilogy, doing the next 5 chapters, I think through chapter 15, I think we're up to now. So look forward to that. And of course, keep an eye out for the Professor and Fan Man and all they're doing. What's coming up tomorrow in Geeky Geezers, guys?
Oh, we got a lot of big news this week. A lot of like the Bond news about how much that movie's costing them, right, Troy?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Other
that's
stuff.
gonna be interesting.
What Chapek's been up to. We might touch on that a little bit. We'll see. I got to check the notes, but got a lot of stuff.
So it's tomorrow at 9 o'clock on Age of Boomers channel, 9 o'clock Eastern, that is. And anything coming up on Netters Network or Cartan?
I'm still trying to edit a video to put up on mine. I just haven't had time. I've had a little bit of drama from. We've had some really bad storms here from last Saturday to Tuesday. I mean, where the winds were so strong they were rocking our house, and the bad winds, bad rains and everything. So the third bedroom in our house I used as an office developed a small crack, which then kind of overnight got to be a very large crack. So I've had to call my insurance company. They came out. They finally came out today, the adjuster, and decided that the entire ceiling needs to be replaced. So it's like, okay, I'll go with that.
Yikes.
And then I have a fellow coming out tomorrow to give me an estimate on what he's going to charge to replace the whole ceiling.
On a Sunday? Ooh, good guy.
Yeah, well, it's what he had available. He goes, "Can I come over on Sunday?" I'm like, "Sure, whatever." I figure as long as he gives me an estimate, I don't care what day he comes. And so, yeah, I've been having to deal with that drama, so I haven't had time to edit my video that I wanted to put up. So hopefully this week I can get that up.
Awesome. Troy, anything particular next Friday?
You know what? I haven't chosen
anything else.
I haven't chosen a topic, but of course there will absolutely be some sort of live drunk stream on Friday. Before that, I'll be over on Latino Slant, where we are doing karaoke every Friday, and this week will be we each do 2 songs. One is the Beatles, and the other is the Beach Boys, and I have not yet chosen my songs.
Now, if you happen to watch Troy's stream from Friday, from yesterday, you will hear his special guest that he had on.
Yep.
That was Mexican Iron Man.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting to get Mexican Iron Man on my channel.
If
that was
y'all
a lot
are
of
fans
fun.
of Mexican Iron Man, go listen to the stream. If you're not fans of Mexican Iron Man, he is awesome. Go subscribe to him.
Yeah. I think you definitely enjoy that. It was a great time. And you did ask specifically about the Klingon Cleric channel. I am working on a video for that. I just need to record the audio, but I'm doing a video presentation of a lecture that I do at conventions on the history of the Klingon Empire.
Oh, very cool. I'll look forward to that. So that's all we have for tonight. I once again thank you all for being here. Love my Owl Pals. Hope you all have a wonderful Sunday. And just remember, next week on There's Network Animal House, we'll be back in 2 weeks here on Big Al Presents Excalibur, the John Borman classic Arthurian tale, which is kind of a long movie, so it'll be a long night. Yep. But enjoy, and I hope everyone has a wonderful time watching whatever they want to. I just hope you enjoy it. Take care.
Night,
bye, all.
Good night.